Hello! This is Hooked by Happenstance. I'm Kendra, and this is Peachlet. Peachlet is my fibery doppelganger who serves multiple purposes in my life, mostly to help me have more fun and help me make decisions to get things done that I ultimately want to get done, but will not always prioritize for myself. So Peachlet and I have designed a little game to help her play and me to consequently get some things done. So that is where the idea of Let Peachlet Play has come from. The way the game works is there are these little yarny pucks. You put one at the top, you drop it down, and it drops into one of these little cups here, each of them a different challenge or assignment that Peachlet could assign me for here in all things Hooked by Happenstance. Those things are: add to the pattern pile, which is adding a pattern to Peachlet's pattern pile on Patreon. So many P's. I'm fairly prepared, which will be, I'll explain if that gets picked. Then we have Makes Monday Happen, which is me making a crochet podcast, which I am not very good about putting out. This will help me to make that happen. Then we have Pick a Patron, where I pick from a bowl of all of my patrons, and somebody gets a special surprise, which again, I will explain in greater detail if and when that is picked. Next, we have Fill the Shop, which is I need to make 8 or 10 bags within the time period of a Let Peachlet Play with my crafty life, and fill up my shop so there's more fun things for y'all to get your hands on. Then we have Dress Myself by Myself. As I am endeavoring to increase my handmade wardrobe, I need to prioritize time to actually sew that handmade wardrobe, so that means I need to finish a piece if that is the area selected within the time frame of the Let Peachlet Play with my crafty life. Then the last thing is to get scrappy happy, which means I need to work and potentially try to finish, depending on the size, a scrappy project that I have accumulated the materials for. So in the first assignment video, Peachlet picked that I add to the pattern pile, and I have. The pattern that I finished is this right here. It is called the Decadent Frenchy Hat. I can put it on for you. It was a joint effort between me and my now 10-year-old daughter for her birthday. So she picked all of the stitch patterns, and we used some fun statistical things about her different birthdays to determine which patterns went in which order and which colors we used for the striping. So there are 4 different colors used. You can also make this same hat in a single color, which I have done, and I've mixed up the different color patterns in different ways every time. So there are so many options for this hat. In addition to wearing it as a slouchy, you can also fold the edge under, and it fits really nice as like a beanie. Because it's so lacy and it's in fingering weight, it's very good for this time of year as the weather isn't quite as cold, so you might start to wear things more of a bit of a fashion-y statement. This will be a hat that won't keep your head too warm, and a lot of the hats that I have are actually already getting too warm for this time of year. So Decadent Frenchy Hat, got that checked off the list, and I have added it to Peachlet's pattern pile. If you're interested in seeing the pattern, head over to Patreon. If you patron up, I don't know. I still don't know there's a good verb for it, but if you select the Peachlet's pattern pile tier on Patreon, in addition to having access to a monthly postcard from Peachlet and I, and your name on the Schwall of Fame, you will also have access to all of the patterns that I have up on Patreon right now, and there will shortly be this poncho pattern added. I just need to take pictures, which means it needs to stop raining, and it has been raining for 3 days, almost straight. So that'll happen. Now that I've completed my first assignment, it's time for Peachlet to pick something else for me, but I'm gonna do the dropping because she has little yarn hands and she can't hold it, so I'll drop this for her. Alrighty, now the board is sometimes persnickety. If it is, we'll roll with it, because that is what this is about just rolling with things and making choices in a fun way. And some of these choices are scarier to me than others. Have to be honest, but the time has come. So I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna drop it. and it landed on the floor. That means nothing. I'm going to pick up another one, set it here, and I'm going to drop it. Makes Monday happen. So I guess y'all are getting a podcast on Monday. Fun times. I'll film it this weekend, and it will be out on Monday for you all. I gotta go gather things up. I've completed a lot, people. A lot. The last time I put out a podcast was on the 6th of February. So you've got a lot of fun yarny content coming. If you want to make sure you don't miss out on anything that goes on in my crafty life with Peachlet or I, you can subscribe down below because my videos don't come out on a schedule that really makes sense to anybody, even Peachlet. Sometimes even myself. So that is the best way to make sure you don't miss out on anything. And you can also follow us on Instagram at HookedByHappenstance. We've been posting a decent amount. Mostly of me, sometimes of her. It all just depends. Anyways, we will see you all next time. Bye!